everybody, to another episode of The Too Late Show. This is the first one I've done, second one I've done that's not live, and I regret it. I'm not a live kind of guy.
I love Frankie so much. I love her like the dickens.
She is rather smart. High five, Frankie, high five.
Oh, yes. We have a rather interesting episode of The Too Late Show tonight. Welcome back to whatever episode it is. Also not live, but also thank you, Gump Club, for supporting. Go to gump.club to get viewer mail. We're doing viewer mail at the end of today's episode. We have 3 segments planned for you guys. A relic report, Slop 60, which will begin right after that. Press the like button if you want to see more of me feeding Frankie some Dr. Pepper. She loves Dr. Pepper. Okay, she doesn't like Dr. Pepper that much.
I said Frankie prefers the cold beer.
Welcome to the Relic Report, my friends and family. Today we're talking about Down syndrome. Specifically, a trend that has been sweeping Instagram Reels. These aren't actually people with Down syndrome. These are people using AI to appear to look like they have Down syndrome to promote and sell their OnlyFans so they can spread their lips and spit their shit, or whatever people say. This has been a trend for a little while now, and it has been creeping into my periphery as of late. It's been creeping out of my periphery into my central vision. And I've been having a lot of these severe migraines lately, these prodrome, predrome aura migraines where I see a lightning bolt. And the lightning bolt is an OnlyFans woman with a filter to make it look like she has Down syndrome to promote her OnlyFans to freaks and weirdos, I guess. A lot of people have already talked about this whole AI disability trend that's been sweeping the nation. It seems like a lot of the problems have been addressed, but there's still one big problem. Who is watching this? Who the likes this? Why is this a thing that people want to do and look at? It's so weird and exploitative. It's despicable from both sides. At least you make money if you want to do it. At least there's that, that is evil and despicable, but at least there's a clear reason. Oh, of course, they want money. That's why they don't have to show their face and they can whatever. This is a level of soul selling from both perspectives that I have never seen. It is up. Everybody's been talking about it. Joey Swole, my sweet prince, he's been talking about it. Critical, my sweet princess, he's a prince too. So my coverage is anything but new. But I will say, I have been in the trenches. All right, guys, witnessing these videos firsthand. I dig through Reels on a daily basis. I have an entire second channel where people just tag me in weird shit, evil videos for months. And it seems like it started back in March, it appears, a couple months ago. And up until this point, I didn't actually want to make a video on it because it'd be my luck that I'd make a hit piece on somebody with an actual disability. I'm joking kind of, but I am genuinely worried about that. If there is like a Down syndrome creator who's doing OnlyFans or whatever, I don't want to be that guy. Most of the videos are talking about how evil the girls are for creating this fucking weird trend that's obviously exploiting people with disabilities for the soulless gain of the woman. But I ask ye again, who's the real weirdo? Who's the real evil freak? Who's watching this? Why are you watching this? Why are you, if it's not just like this is stupid, let's report her or whatever the fuck. I report everybody that I see that I don't like, by the way. I report probably 30 videos a day on Instagram. I'm not even joking. That's a gross exaggeration. Maybe 2. If it's creepy AI, I report that shit. But if it's nice, cute monkey-related AI, I let it exist in my world. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a deep dive on one of the creators that we found and also some of the consumers of what the creator is creating. And Frankie, can you stop licking the air?
You're bothering your father.
So, first questions. Why the is there a filter that makes you appear to have Down syndrome? Why is that a thing? Who created that? Where do you even find that at? How are they doing this? The main culprit I've been seeing against my will is not only faking Down syndrome, but is also calling themselves the M word derogatorily for like some kind of weird fetishism. They appear to actually be a little person, but they're clearly using a Down syndrome filter. The eyes don't match up, it's all fake. And also, nobody in their right mind would advertise themselves the way that this freak is advertising themselves. It's just so mean and weird. Why are you doing this? I may be ugly, but I text back in 5 seconds. I'm loyal to the bone. I don't cause drama. I like using the 4th golf tee. What does that even mean? I didn't understand that. I looked at that for 30 minutes last night and I was like, golf flag? Hole. It's hole. I didn't look at it for 30 minutes. I knew immediately. I just wanted to farm some engagement from you freaks and weirdos out there. It's clearly abhorrent, and it's more and more of the same, lots of weird captions. Guess how many bananas my little flower had this year? What does that mean? Scientifically, 69% of men wouldn't date a girl with Down syndrome. What? Like, what are you fucking, you're making that shit up for one, and also, what is fucking wrong with you? People think I'm innocent because I have Down syndrome. Do you want to try a 2006 midget with Down syndrome girl? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? No, I don't want to try that. What is that, a snack of some kind? That's really odd. Stop asking me if I want to try this. This isn't Costco. This is not a free sample line. So this person is faking one disability and I suppose potentially has dwarfism. Generally, I know that people don't like to just derogatorily call themselves a slur, I guess, an epithet. I don't know if the M word. Nobody who's a good person or respects themselves just derogatorily calls themselves the bad word for their group of people, and then also lies about having Down syndrome. It is a very non-Down syndrome thing to do. That is being evil, being a piece of shit. Down syndrome people are good. Like literally good, lawful good. Now I mentioned the people that are watching this, the comments are absolutely where it's at in regard to this story specifically. We got this guy, oh, Bobby Scott, you are a little mannish, ain't you? What does that mean, Bobby Scott? What did you mean by that? I checked out his profile and he follows a lot of OnlyFans creators. A lot of odd ones, a lot of feet. In regard to one of the first videos I showed you guys, this guy Moomy said, what is the fourth hole? Question mark, question mark. In regard to this image, this person, Joey, said, I think you're just Asian and short. Sexy as though. What did he mean by that? This fella Dean, probably from Supernatural, said, wow, you should be here taking this big thick muscle in all of your hungry holes. What did you mean by that, Dean? Captain Miles said, you don't have me fooled at all, with the Oxford comma. Boom, there he is, Captain Miles. I figure I could show him because we're not like making fun of him or whatever. And also it's a public profile on Instagram. Don't bully or whatever. I don't know. This guy, Macaluso Jack, said, hit me up, please, on this post. Then right after that, he said, I want you. William George, 948, said, if I was 40 years younger, that in particular, I thought was an interesting thing to say. If I was 40 years younger, how old are you? At least you have some kind of respect for age gaps, I guess. If I was 40 years younger, are you 80? Is this guy an 80-year-old man just hound dogging it? Then we have Gumby here. You don't have Downs, you're a disgrace. Probably brought shame your family too that they don't even want to associate with you. Good luck in this life and the next. Based. That is the only positive comment I saw. I think a lot of them get deleted. I don't know what exactly is going on, but not that many people seem to know that this is not real and lame. Then Amir said, yummy, 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 I got you. I had to dig a little deeper on his profile, and I found this bio that he has. Fun, loyalty, honest, trustworthy man. I wanted to show you guys his awesome beard. He's got like a nice bald egghead, but he also has this great beard. And I gave him a disguise so he doesn't get, you know, so people don't know who he is or whatever, but even then, who cares? He's fucking doing his own thing. He just has a fetish, I guess. Also this, one of the first posts on the page, just turned 18, yo. I know I'm midget and I have Down syndrome, but it's possible to get happy B-Day on social media without any judgment. Please check description. And it's just like the same caption description on every single post. It's really odd and evil and shouldn't be a real thing. But you know, it's the classic way when you're starting as an OnlyFans creator, you create your profile, your first post is right when this whole Down syndrome scam begins. And it's the old classic introduction to the world. Hi, first day of school, I'm an 18-year-old little person, I have Down syndrome. To claim fame. What is wrong with people? This is one of the last living examples of this, this trend, by the way. Most have been annihilated by moderation or people like Joey Swole. This one's bad, but it isn't as bad as some of the others. Some of the others actually took footage of other girls and put the DS filter on them to promote unrelated OnlyFans content. For example, this happened.
She has Down syndrome, but she doesn't. It's an AI filter. Videos have been taken from the account of a 16-year-old girl and used to make a fake profile of someone with Down syndrome. Text used on the videos is sexual, and the profile contains a link to OnlyFans, a subscription website where users can pay for things like explicit images. And this is just one example. We've seen multiple accounts on Instagram, some with tens of thousands of followers, all using these filters and linking out to accounts on OnlyFans.
Super weird. It's freaky. There are some very evil, idiot people who exist out there, and that is today's episode of the Relic Report. Praise be. Praise be unto the holy relic. Yeah, yeah, whoa, 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 yeah, yeah. Ah! Ah! Time for some slop 60. Have a round of applause, Frankie, for this episode of Slop 60. She actually tried to give me with a round of applause. Look at her.
Oh, baby! She's like, Daddy, let's do it!
It is so over for Johnny Somali, my favorite content creator on my favorite platform called Party. It's not over for Johnny Somali. He is a La Cucaracha. He cannot be killed. I actually love Johnny Somali like flies love shit. How I like pissing the shit stains off the rim of the toilet. I call them little Johnnies when they squirt away. And when I'm sitting there, sucks. Just pissing, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not actually pissing little Johnnies away, Frankie. Johnny's a total freak, idiot, dumbass that is loved by absolutely nobody. One of the most pathetic human beings in existence today. And now our boy is pleading not guilty to various deepfake charges and potentially facing up to 36 years in prison in South Korea. Oh, please put him away forever. Flush the toilet, put away little Johnny. 36 years? That's enough time to make somebody learn a lesson. Friend of the show, just kidding, I have no idea. Legal Mindset, a Twitter guy and YouTube lawyer, attorney fella. There's a big difference between them, I'm not sure. Paralegal, I don't know what he is, but he's really smart and he knows a lot about the law. He tweeted, "Update, it appears Ramsey has stated he intended to plead not guilty on the new obstruction charge, but a guilty plea was entered for this new charge by his lawyer, whether accidentally or not, and this has now been confirmed by Korean media as of this post. I have updated my chart." And then we have this awesome chart. We have one charge, obstruction of business, count 1, with a penalty of 5 years maximum. The facts are, he disrupted a 7-Eleven. He pled guilty to that one, which is awesome. Minor Crimes Act count 1, which is a fine or 30 days in juvie. That was his rotting fish harassment incident. Minor Crimes Act count 2, another 30-day fine. That is the disturbing the bus metro system with the Nagasaki, Hiroshima, or maybe that isn't the same one. I don't know. There's lots of them. He's a massive piece of shit. Then obstruction of business count 2, which is a max of 5 years. That was loud music on the bus. Those first 4 he pled guilty to on all of them. Then comes the deepfake. The first count, which is a max of 10.5 years in prison. That was a Korean streamer's kiss. He's not guilty on that one. And a second deepfake count, that is another max of 10.5 years where he harassed Bong Bong, a popular Korean streamer. He said, "Not guilty," on that one too. Then there comes the most recent, which is the obstruction of business count 3, a max of 5 years in prison. And it's from Lottie World, which is a theme park in Seoul, South Korea. Beautiful place, fantastical, beautiful, incredible. Oh God, it's like Disney World, but for normal people. Yes! Gotcha! You're not involved in this, you little rascal. Thank you for the chart, Legal Mindset, and also good stuff, Petrie. By the way, the Lottie World stuff, in my opinion, that's gonna be the big thing. Hopefully the deepfake counts are really bad and he gets for those, but Lottie World is big and has a lot of money, and he kind of gives South Korea a bad name, and they should just do whatever they possibly can to get him out. If anybody has the money to waste on a legal battle with Johnny Somali, Lottie World. That's why I said it's for normal people, because I want to do the opposite of throwing shade. Frankie, that's Todd Howard. Don't worry about it. She just realized Todd Howard was standing over there, and she's like, "Do not remaster Skyrim." So you may have some questions because of all this stuff. You see all these counts and charges and everything, you're like, how can you be charged with so many crimes and sex crimes and just not go to jail? This guy is an edgelord, but he's a criminal edgelord. Somehow he's doing the edgy thing where he's like just not quite getting in trouble, but making a career out of what he's doing. He's doing that with crimes somehow. Somebody just put him away forever. How does he get away with it? How do you commit crime and then just get away with it and then make that your whole thing? I feel like if I did that, I'd go right to jail. Also, sex crimes. Bro's committing sex crimes. How are you doing that and then just not facing any consequences at all? In 2021, I got pulled over by Officer Dark Chocolate for going 41 and a 42. And that motherfucker made me walk the plank. By the way, I'm not saying I want to get away with sex crimes. I'm saying he shouldn't be able to get away with them, if anybody. So dark chocolate gets me to walk the plank, but there's headlines like this, dozens of headlines in regard to Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali facing up to 31 years in jail after being charged with another sex crime. Johnny Somali pleads not guilty to deepfake charges he faces after 36 years in jail. Johnny Somali threatens to inject YouTube rival with HIV blood and spread STDs in Korea. Johnny Somali this, Johnny Somali that, Johnny Somali this. How about we just get rid of him? Oh, I'm not guilty, I'm not guilty. You're guilty, shut up! Fun fact, by the way, the STD, HIV blood, and spread STDs one, that's real. That actually happened. Johnny has HIV and is a super spreader. He said so himself. That's not a joke. You can't joke about that, can you? I've never even seen Johnny Somali interact with a woman once in my whole life. I got STDs and I'm gonna spread them all over the place. All right, like some kind of weird painter. He's also threatened Legal Mindset, the guy who made that really cool graphic, our graphic artist buddy. He's gonna get in an assload of trouble one of these days. So yeah, dude is collecting STDs like Infinity Stones and collecting sex crime charges like he collects STDs. By the way, for those of you who don't know who are completely lost on the Johnny Somali lore, his real name is Ramzi Khalid Ismail. All right, he's a 24-year-old American who's been terrorizing East Asia with nuisance streaming. Nuisance streaming, if you don't know, it's IRL streaming, but dipshits live stream themselves harassing innocent people for views, and Johnny is really good at it. His whole career is just this. His saga first began in Japan, where he taunted locals about atomic bombings and played tsunami warning sirens on his phone. The Japanese weren't having it. They arrested him for obstruction of business, threw him in jail for 3 months, fined him, and then deported his ass with a lifetime ban to Japan. Then he tried the same stuff in Israel, but he probably would have died if he stayed there any longer, so he went to South Korea to continue his amazing reign of terror, and he's just been on a rampage ever since, harassing locals, disrupting businesses, confronting other content creators, sex criming people. There has been a highlight though. He got knocked out by a former Korean SEAL on camera, their version of the Navy SEALs. It's kind of a murky highlight though, because he got fined for assault and Johnny got to walk free. So punch an asshole, you can't. Unfortunately, not even South Korea. But over time, karma seems to have finally caught up with Mr. Johnny. He's facing a laundry list of charges. We showed that Legal Mindset graphic there. And the two big ones are the deepfake charges, each carrying a maximum penalty of 10.5 years. He created AI deepfakes showing himself kissing a popular Korean streamer named Bong Bong without consent. In the live stream, you can see the deepfake AI logo in the corner of his laptop, and he's bragging about his Korean girlfriend. And according to South Korean laws passed in September of 2024, possessing sexually explicit deepfakes can get you 7 years in jail and pay a $22,000 fine. Then there's the 2 counts of obstruction of business, each carrying a 5-year sentence. One is for drinking alcohol and cussing out an elderly employee at a 7-Eleven. The second one isn't fully detailed yet. He also pled guilty to the Minor Crimes Act twice, one for harassing strangers with rotting fish in a bag, and another for playing loud music and dancing in a weird way on the Seoul Metro. He's a good guy, this Johnny Somali character. Johnny also, if you didn't know, desecrated monuments dedicated to comfort women, which are memorials for victims of sexual slavery during World War II. He thought it'd be really funny if he danced around, kissed them, rubbed baby oil on them, and he thought it'd be awesome to piss off the locals. He also praised Imperial Japan and North Korea in his videos as well, which I don't know if you guys know a lot about. He also bragged about upping the birth rate, and he doesn't know, I don't think, that in Korea, threatening people with HIV can result in attempted murder charges, and conduct that risks AIDS transmission knowingly is punishable by up to 10 years. So hopefully this stuff goes into court as well, because it's very illegal and a massive crime. By the way, Johnny now has a private attorney as well, no more public defender. We also said and showed that Johnny pled guilty to charges 1 through 4, but not guilty on 5 and 6, because according to Johnny, he said he pled not guilty to all of the new charges, but Legal Mindset's Somali conviction team that is actually in the courtroom said that he pleaded guilty. Also in Legal's video, he talks about how the Lottie World charge is basically impossible to defend against because it's on video. A ride was shut down because of his actions, which is a textbook interference with business, so it's an open and shut case. And that one is a potential 5-year charge, so his maximum sentence now is 36 years, dude, for being a dumbass. Also, according to Legal Mindset's courtroom observers, the judge was in disbelief over Johnny's not guilty pleas and annoyed that his lawyer filed unsigned paperwork, so he has Saul Goodman, some terrible lawyer, I don't know. And as one final little positive update, this time when he walked in the courtroom, he wore his MAGA hat. He took it off as the court required, He stuck his tongue out for the cameras, but he's also apparently broken and confused. Whereas last time he was cocky and was giving the middle finger. This time he wouldn't answer questions, he was completely silent, and he just wouldn't say shit, which is good. Maybe he's starting to realize how much of a idiot he is. Good news, bad news, we'll see. That concludes Slop 60. And now, viewer mail! I'm still not sure how to do this since we're not live, but if you guys go to the Gump Club and join, you can watch uncensored versions of the videos. What do you want from the Gump Club? The Gump Club. Tell me down below, because we're really gonna start getting pretty serious about making content on this channel. A lot of our experiments are over. I would like to make some really cool stuff, so let me know what kind of Gump exclusives you want from this channel. If you want behind the scenes footage, if you just want topless or I don't know what you want. Just let me know what you want, okay? King Condom said, as a shareholder of Gump Worldwide, proven by the hat I now wear, what do I tell people who ask about it? Other than, oh, you haven't heard of Gump Worldwide Corporation and holdingsofficialgovernment.com? Yeah. Honestly, you don't tell them anything about it. You say that you're a shareholder, it's a club and they're not in it. Tell them that you're actually a member manager and you're soon going to relocate because of work. That's what I would say if I were you, King Condom. Do people actually ask about it? Mr. Monkey said, hi Oompa, I just wanted to let you know I told my coworker in charge of the music at the restaurant I work at to play Feelin' Kinda Nervous, my song. So he played it like 4 times throughout dinner and nobody seemed to bat an eye. It looks like your hit song will be on our restaurant playlist now. Anyways, I love you, Mr. Ville, and I hope you and Chris are doing well. We're doing very well. Wow. I released a song last year as like a joke, and it's kind of a bop. It's not, it's terrible, but that's hilarious. Thank you, Mr. Monkey. Tyler F. and Goad said, hope you're doing well over there in Too Late Show land. I have a few questions. What would you say is the most surprising music you listen to? And as in bands or artists one might not think you enjoy based on how you portray yourself. 2, what has been your favorite Sour Boys and or Little Guys flavor you have released to date? Yours is Jingle Juice or Cherry Limeade. Ah, true. And 3, what are those funny little numbers on the front and back of your favorite credit card? 1, I would say, let's check out my Spotify. We have Billy Joel's So It Goes. That's the first song. That's on my most liked songs, or my recent liked. I love this song so much. Be My Mistake, a cover by Mike Dawes. And So It Goes, a cover by Tommy Emmanuel. Bless the Telephone, one of my favorite songs of all time. Shooting Star, Benjamin Todd. I would say, what's the weirdest one? Probably Covenant Dance. But I don't know, maybe that answers your question. I really don't know. I don't know how people portray me. What do you guys assume that I listen to? As for favorite Sour Boys flavor, I would say that this new mystery concoction, I don't tend to eat a lot of candy. I taste every flavor that we make, obviously. But I'm very much a sharing type guy. I like to cook food, if that makes sense. Like this isn't some weird like cuckold thing. I like to make stuff for people and see how they react when they try it. So this is like the ultimate thing for me, making all these different types of candies. And that one has been the most satisfying from that perspective, and the flavor is unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. It's like nothing, no other candy you've ever tasted, for sure, and I think that's why I like it so much. And we have a new one that's actually coming out on June 1st. That's fucking cool. So it's a first of its kind for us as well, and I'm really excited to see how well it does. I think you guys are gonna love it. For what's existing right now, that is my favorite candy flavor that we've made, and the next one is my actual favorite one, but it's not out yet, so I can't talk about it. But as for the funny little numbers on my credit card, I ain't telling you, bro. Nerby said, few questions. A, ever thought about making the strips shorter so they're more manageable and easier to share? Yes, and we've also thought about just making another product that's built for sharing. What about the little guys? Ever thought about changing up the flavor, the gummies, over the sour coating? Yes, absolutely. We are releasing something pretty soon that's going to do that, but the main reason we don't is because it's really hard to do that. The Sour Boys strips are built for that purpose. That is the actual iterative idea of them. The gummies, they use a totally different process. They're gluten-free, unlike the sour strips. It's 2 separate locations that are making these things, so it's like different iteration. We have quite a few completely new things that are coming out over the next couple weeks though, and maybe, well, next couple months, not weeks, that you guys are really gonna like a lot. But the little guys' flavors are changed in every single bag though. They're not always the exact same. They have the same base, but that's it. You should totally do a stream where you jam out to random CDs you picked up at a music store. I think it'd be both neat and cool. Honestly, if I had to do that, I would say listen to Irish folk music for like 3 days and tell me you don't start singing along to everything. There were 4 green fields, that was long ago. Madesian, is it monthly or weekly flavor? The Sour Boys Instagram has been posting ads for weekly even after the announcement for monthly. It's monthly, but we post sort of spotlights for the flavors of the week. So we release them all on a monthly basis, but if you want to go try them out, you know, we shine the spotlight. We can't just, you know, some are going to get forgotten, if that makes sense, but it is monthly. Anyways, if you guys want to be in a video next week and you want me to answer your questions, go to gump.club, sign up, become a shareholder of Gump Worldwide, and I'll see you in the next video. You nice people.
Frankie, doodaloo-doo, Frankie, doodaloo-doo.